days ago I saw this video of Ryan Devling setting some goals for 2025, getting into the tough keys. And of course there's a lot of goal setting when the year changes. And setting goals is not a problem. Keeping them is the difficult thing. So I really want to help you keeping your promises to yourself. What are your musical goals for 2025? Love to see it in the comments and let's have a chat about it. So how to set great goals for 2025? I would love to help you achieving them. And this is the main purpose of this video. Let's dig into your solid goals for 2025. When we are setting goals, there's a few unwritten rules. Everybody have their own reasons for setting goals, and there's hundreds of goals you can set. And everybody have different reasons why they want to set these goals. So the first unwritten rule is set goals that you can actually achieve. What do I mean by this? You need to get results out of your goals. I want to start with one of my own goals. Maybe it's not only a 2025 goals, but a lifetime study. But I want to show you the method on this goal. I want to sound like one of my heroes in 2025. And I think this is a great goal to set. Because when you set a goal like this, you can get into all the aspects and get all the ingredients of great goals into your playing. Let me show you how to get all these ingredients into your playing and into your practice. So my goal is pretty big. That's why I need a clear definition. So you need to find out when you are happy about what you have achieved. So my goal was sounding more like Chris Potter. Well, that's so broad that we can almost not overview it. And to achieve this goal for me would be spending the rest of my life practicing all the time, from sunrise to sunset. And here's the second unwritten rule about setting goals. Make sub-goals and pick small topics. What I tend to do when looking at somebody's playing or a solo, I pick out a very small part of the solo and start practicing that. Picking a small part of the solo makes it much easier to integrate into my solos and actually get some practice out of it. I really like this sped up arpeggio, going from the 8 notes to the 16 notes back to the 8 notes. And I really like the smooth trill of this line. And I really like this triplet movement going up and then an arpeggio going down. And I also love this way of moving way above the line you're going to continue. You're continuing in a different level on the horn. So you're kind of displacing the continuation of the line. And when you're looking at somebody's playing like this, you're actually already filling up your goal list, starting with vocabulary and technique. So when I see one of these great figures I really like, I start to figure out what is it. And what I just said, I like the 8 note, 16 note, 8 note switch. And for me to get this into my playing, I make it into an exercise. So I play it up the scale, for example. This isolates the technique and makes me able to focus only on the technique. And here I'm dividing the topic into a sub-goal. I want to learn this line, playing it in the scale, making a sub-goal, learn the technique. So first thing is setting a goal. Find something that really fits you and your needs. Don't make it overly complicated and difficult. And everything happens in baby steps. I just mentioned 4 things in Chris Potter's playing I really like. I like a lot, but the trill is one of them that really defines his playing too. So you can take also the trill, just moving it down. It's really great for getting your fingers to move. When you're looking at this technique, you can easily take any part of any solo and make it into a technical exercise and start working to get this into your playing. In the lesson manual on Patreon, I have taken small ideas, worked them into different exercises, and then I have taken it into the further topics in this video. Everything is downloadable on Patreon. So getting into our goal list. So looking at our sub goals is learn the exercise, learn the sound, add it to your vocabulary. So what we need to do now is add it to your vocabulary. Before we add it, I want to mention one thing that's really frustrating. It's about time. So learning one exercise takes time. And often in my head when I have practiced something, it's never perfect. So it's like I never spend time enough on perfecting something. But at some point you really need to say, this is good enough. Now I start adding it into my playing. Now I start using it. Of course you can still practice the exercise, but you need to add it into your playing. About adding it into your playing. When you want to add a phrase into your playing, you need some kind of vehicle or some kind of sentence you can add it into. And here learning tunes comes into my list. I think you should always have learning tunes as one of your goals in your playing.
Someone said as we shook hands.
Because tunes are the vehicles we play over. These are the ones that makes us able to solo. So no matter what you practice, always add new tunes to your vocabulary. So I've taken the chords of this beautiful tune, Have You Met Miss Jones, and I start adding my lick into the chord settings. not need to learn Have You Met Miss Jones. You can take any tune you wish, but Chris Potter played Have You Met Miss Jones, so I'll just start sticking with this. I add the material on all the chords I can, so I add it all over the place to really get used to playing those patterns. And then when you get a good hold of this line, adding it to all the chords in the tune, you start mixing it up into your own playing. What would you play in the other bars if you're not only playing that pattern? Now start playing for reals. I want to mention one thing, sound. You always have to focus on your sound. No matter what exercise, no matter what you're doing, play with great sound. So always have a critical ear towards how you sound when you practice this exercise, how you sound in your timing. About goal setting, I would never set a long-term goal. When I said I want to sound like Chris Potter, I would always take these small bits. So always set short-term goals, because the short-term goals are much more inspiring, because when you finish them, you can tick them off your list. And when you finish them, you can set a new goal or integrate your earlier goals into your new goals. So what did I actually do in the beginning with my goal? Learn to sound and play like Chris Potter. It's a huge and crazy goal. But when I cut it into bite-sized chunks, it was really easy to get. Just play this arpeggio. Just learn this arpeggio up the scale. Add it into a tune. All the baby steps, learning them are the most important thing. Everything I've mentioned here in this video are of course on my Patreon. You can download the whole lesson manual with the small examples, getting them into exercise, moving on to putting them into the tunes you're playing, and eventually adding it into your own playing. And about learning jazz and setting goals, if you really want to learn jazz, check out these 6 steps that will help you learn faster. Play music, have fun.